there is one thing which excites me most is the development in the IT industry, and there are two key events unfolding today. One which is Accenture results, and the other is Windows 11 launch, and both are very significant events. Accenture results set the direction of the overall IT industry, and there are about 4.5 million people who are directly employed in the IT industry in India alone. And when we look at the Accenture results, we get a broad sense of how the market is. So as an employee, we get the confidence. As an investor, we get the confidence. On the other hand, on Windows front, it has been long due, and when we heard about that news, anything coming out of Windows family or Microsoft family is turning out exciting now. And with each passing year, we are seeing that excitement is building up, and Satya Nadella has been able to do that magic with or in the Microsoft. So I would keenly watch that space also. And if you have noticed over past 3 months or 4 months now, I would always come up with these cyclic videos when we analyze the performance of Accenture, and then we also subsequently analyze the results of our IT industry. Is there a match? So far what I have observed is Accenture is way ahead of our IT companies, but things change, and things change very quickly in the IT industry. Every quarter is a new quarter. So today I'm talking about the IT industry, that too from Accenture's perspective, how the last 3 months gone by were for Accenture and what that means for our IT industry in India. So let's look at the results before anything else now. So just about 1 or 2 hours ago, Accenture has posted these results, and I am coming up and analyzing these results for the audience here. Let's look at this. The total revenue, Accenture total revenue in the quarter gone by is about 13.3 billion, and it is 16% year on year growth, and in the local currency, and 21% in the USD, that is in dollars. So that is very significant. And if you look at the geographies, North America, so which is the key market for all IT industry, it is booming 18%. And look at the Europe now. Europe is catching up fast, and Europe is the market which has been stagnant for about 5-7 years, 8-10 years at least. I think in fact since 2008 crisis, Europe has not really contributed, or the growth has not been there in Europe itself. But look at the 14% growth coming from Europe. It was about 2%, 3%, 4% growth annually, which I have observed coming from Europe. And the growth market, which includes emerging market also, it is 15%. That means the pandemic has turned on the technology shift for many companies, many industrial clients in emerging countries, developed countries. Now the next parameter we need to look at is their verticals, how their verticals are performing: communication, media and technology. So why the communication is the telecom word? If you look at it, mainly telecom and network word, and with the inception and with the evolution of 5G, telecommunication is really getting the traction back. Next is financial services, 16%, that is banking and financials are growing by 16%, remarkable growth there. Health and public service, 21%, again a remarkable growth. Products and resources, so its growth is coming from almost all the quarters which are significant. And as I said, telecom companies are investing in telecom. That means there are jobs in telecom space right now, that too in the 5G world. So if you are somebody who work in the IT industry, that too in 5G, telecom industry, that too in 5G, please keep that in the mind. Another key parameter to look at is operating margins, And if you look at historically, Accenture has been posting about 14-15% in operating margins, and now they have reached about 16% in operating margin. Key indicator there. Now purely for job seekers, this is very important, and the people who are nervous about their career, just have a look at it. The industry which is growing is the domains which are growing is cloud technology wise and security. They both are growing very well. Now let us see year to date revenue for Accenture, and they are 37 billions, and remember 45 billion dollars were the last year revenue for Accenture, and they are growing by about, I think, 8% and 11% in USD terms. Significant growth there. North America year on year growth so far has been 9%, and Europe is 5%, and the growth markets are 8%. And now again industry groups, let us look at that. Communication technology again going by 10% year on year so far in last 3 quarters. Financial services very robust. Health and public sector 16%. So the growth was consistent across multiple quarters, and operating margin so far in last 3 quarters has been 15.3%, which is growth, which is great. And the new booking numbers, if you look at it, 44.3 billion in these 3 quarters of 2021. Other than that, if I look at it, the results for employees, what has changed, very important that if company performs well, how that is translated into employees engagements. Let's look at it. Company says about 117,000 people are already promoted by the company in this year, and about 1200 people have become managing directors. So that is great. I think mobilization happening within the company. This is something you should note, and make sure that you are also prepared for these good times and you enjoy that. One more thing, Accenture is not only growing organically, they are also doing inorganically very well. Let us look at that. They have done 39 acquisitions, and Accenture is, I think, the only company which is doing such a acquisition at such a high scale. I have been hearing that every week they are doing, let's say, some acquisition. So that is telling you a good story about how the management is quickly bridging the gap if they are finding something. So please tell me, how do you think about the Accenture results? If you are an employee, it is good that you stay where you are in the company, and there are great benefits happening within the industry, and Accenture being the leader will definitely roll out a lot of incentives for its employees. And if you are somebody looking for opportunities, please look at cybersecurity and cloud as key job prospects. Do upgrade your skills on those areas. And how this whole Accenture result will impact the IT industry in India. First of all, why do I observe Accenture results so closely? Because most of the time, whatever rally, whatever reaction we have to see in IT space, that takes place when we see Accenture results. In about 20 days time, TCS will come up with its, I think, Q1 FY22 results. So that will be the first quarter results for TCS. Somewhere they will come up around 15th of July with the results, and then other companies will come up. Now the rally which you see, the reaction which you will see from Accenture investors, that will I think pan out well with the Indian investors also. So for next 20 days, I see the stocks are moving in a good direction, in a positive way. Probably that is the reason today the stock might have sensed that the IT industry, IT stack was up. Okay, so I will come up with other results when they happen. So if you are somebody who have invested in IT industry, or you work in IT industry anywhere in the world, you should find this space home. So stay connected, do subscribe, hit the like button, and take care. Thank you.